Hey everyone, I'm your host, Michaela Richards. We're speaking with internet sensations, the Try Guys. This dynamic duo just launched their new streaming platform, Second Try. Keith Habersberger and Zach Kornfeld, welcome to Atlanta. What are you guys doing in Atlanta?
We're here to do a show. We have a popular show called Eat the Menu, where I eat one thing from one of everything from a restaurant. And we have turned that into a live stage show that we're doing over in Buckhead tonight. And it's going to be a great time.
Could you share where you're going yet? Or
oh, yeah, the restaurants. Yes, of course. So it is sort of, we've kept it a little bit secret only to let everyone be surprised, but I've also put out on social some of the stuff that we'll be doing. But we're going to start with the Varsity because it is actually the world's biggest drive-in restaurant, which I didn't know until I looked it up.
Yeah.
It's apparently very big. I guess one of the main locations is the biggest. And we're doing that, and then we're going to do Mellow Mushroom because it started here 50 years ago, so they actually have a little 50-year anniversary menu. Then we have some stuff from Busy Bee Cafe. We have some restaurants from Pond City Market. We have some staples, some banana pudding here, some pimento cheese sandwiches there. So we're really trying to get a breath of Atlanta, Georgia, Southern cuisine into this show, trying a little bit of everything and allowing the audience members to try a lot of those things with us.
Eat the Menu Online sort of began as this review show for the everyman, right? Eating one of everything from popular chains. It has evolved over the years into what is essentially a food talk show. And it has all these different guests come in. It's really, Keith has expanded it into this monolith where people are obsessed with this show. And so now translating it into a live show, there's going to be some eating on stage, but we also want to bring the audience into it and allow them to make a video with us. So we're filming every live show, but there's a ton of audience interaction where hopefully the feeling is like you get to be inside an episode with us.
How many fans do you have participating in this?
We're trying to make so many people get involved throughout the show. I don't know the actual count. I think by the end, 200 people at least will get to say, I did something at that show.
I think it'll actually be closer to 350, 400 people.
I was trying to be conservative.
Will make contact with food.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, some people will eat food, some people will simply make contact with food.
Some people will help us pass out food. Some people will
catch food.
Some people will fight for food and give their opinions on food. Yes. We really want everyone to have a chance to be an entertainer, if they want it.
If they want that.
And what made you guys pick Atlanta and pick it first for the tour?
Yeah, we're opening the tour here.
Yeah.
We love Atlanta. First of all, you have such a rich and diverse food scene. We've had so much delicious food every time we've come here. But also, when we did our last tour in 2019, this is why he's here. He's my memory. We're like an old married couple.
Yeah, we did a show at the Tabernacle, and it was one of our favorite ones. It was like really fun. The audience was great. We just left it being like, wow, that was a really great show. We had so much fun.
Atlanta brings the heat.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you that. You guys just have that energy. So for us to get to start our tour here, everyone is so welcoming, and it's exciting for us. Eat the Menu is, you talk about like taking 80 bites of, say, Taco Bell in one sitting over 6 hours. That is not something that most people can do. So what is your body prep?
I don't even know what it is for this show yet because I haven't done it, but I'm trying to eat kind of...
You're going to eat a lot and then dance.
I know. So normally at Eat Menu, I just don't eat that day except for that shoot because it's like 6 hours of slow eating. So I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat dinner, I don't eat anything until probably lunchtime the next day. And then I'm pretty normal. It's just plenty of food. But today, I'm going to eat some because we've got to tech the whole show since it's our first time.
We've learned that scientifically there is something that happens when you eat too much food, your body tries to shut you down. And so you hear like, oh, I'm food drunk. That's a real thing. And every time Keith does Eat the Menu, he gets to a point where his brain tries to say, go to sleep, please, I'm begging you. But he says, no, I have a job to do. So he's continuing to push the limit, and as a result becomes very hilarious.
Very delirious, because you're actually like, sleep hormones are actually coming out because your body's like, you gotta stop. How do I stop him? I'll make him sleep.
Do you talk to your doctor?
I do, actually.
He's very healthy.
I only do one of these a month when we do these shoots because they are really big and they're, it is. I'm probably eating an unbelievable amount of calories, because even when we say it's 80 bites of Taco Bell, it's actually 80 things from Taco Bell, and often I'm taking multiple bites.
Yeah.
So it's really like in the 150 to 200 bites of high sodium, high sugar
He's
food.
got a freak body that just has learned to let it just get through.
Well, your body can't digest that much, right? Like it can't. It's just too much. So
there's a reason he has the show and not me. I'm the fun, wacky injection of comedy.
yeah.
What would you say would be like the hardest menu or the most challenging menu that you've done so far?
The most, I mean, we had to do Cheesecake Factory in 3 parts because it's Cheesecake Factory. Each one was as hard as any. Each third was as hard as every menu I've done. But I just did IHOP, and that was rather challenging because did you know they have steak?
Stop it.
No.
They have T-bone steak. I didn't think it was very good.
I can't imagine a steak being cooked at the IHOP.
I know.
They eat on the same griddle.
I didn't know, but they certainly do. I didn't know that they had that at all. And it was just when we got to the dinner portion of the menu, I wasn't mentally prepared that there was a dinner portion. So I was kind of full, and then I was just kind of revolted by the idea, and I was also very full, so I was just sort of revolted by everything. I think that the big promise of the show is people watch the menu while eating their own lunch or dinner at home. So it's a companionship content. So the people who really, really love it, ultimately they want to eat with me in person. So how could I actually create that? Hang out. So like the Eat and Greet does that, the live show does that as well. It's really sort of bridging the gap between your phone and where I'm on your phone and I'm in person. So trying to create us actually in a room, eating together, getting to know each other, but also having a great time.
No, I really love the way you guys value your audience experience and honestly all of your projects. And I think that kind of leads me into your newest project. You guys are launching your streaming network, Second Try. If you guys want to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Try Guys is about to be a decade old. We're hitting 10 years in September. So we've done this for a while, and we're digital creators. We live on different platforms, which means we need to follow the rise and fall of different algorithmic trends. We need to suit what we make to reach as wide an audience as possible, because that's what YouTube, where we live, wants. There are a lot of shows that we love making that our audience loves that aren't necessarily best made for algorithms. And so we found that by having our own home, we could focus on audience impact to make the things that people love most of all without having to worry about daddy YouTube to surface it to people. It's been such a blast. So Second Try, you can go do a free trial at secondtry.tv. We have been able to take swings, to take risks, to make shows that the Try Guys audience loves and has told us that they love. We're now making shows that we would never be able to justify making if YouTube were the only destination.
Yeah, we're here for the Eat the Menu tour, but Eat the Menu is just one of 10 shows that we make every year. We're probably most known for Without a Recipe and just the Try Guys in general. We also have a cooking series called Phoning It In, where a chef is on the phone with one of us instructing us how to make something we don't know how to make, but we don't even know what we're making, and that's a competition show. They're all underlying. Most of them shows are very funny. We have some game shows. We have a game show called Trolley Problems. That's a Would You Rather. We have a game show called Common Sense. That's entirely sense-based trivia, kind of.
We talk about the kind of things, though, that we wouldn't be able to make on YouTube. One of our favorite new shows is called Escape the Kitchen.
Yeah.
It's very, if you know the show Taskmaster from the BBC,
Yeah.
has a little bit of that influence, but we essentially will lock 2 chefs separately in a kitchen for 3 hours, no communication, hidden cameras, and they have to, in order to get out, they have to bake a recipe. But in order to get the lines of the recipe, they need to solve different cryptic clues and puzzles. It's an escape room. And it is, you see people slowly driven mad. It is such a blast. We're just having a lot of fun experimenting with new formats.
Some of the escape room things are puzzles. Some of them are just sort of mean. Like one of them has just a conveyor belt, and every so often the conveyor belt turns on and an ingredient comes down the line. But it comes very quickly, and if you're on the other side of the kitchen, you're basically just going to watch your ingredient hit the floor, and now you don't have eggs for the recipe anymore.
Keith needed eggs, and he heard, and then all of a sudden, an egg dropped from the ceiling, and he then had to learn to listen out for the sound and catch the egg.
But I didn't know which egg was going to fall, and I looked up, and there's 6 eggs, and I'm like, I don't know which one's going to fall. And I could catch none of them with my hands, and ultimately, thank goodness I'm tall, I just picked up bowls and held them under the eggs so that they would fall into the bowl. But yeah, so it's lots of different silly shows. We're always creating new shows, and this platform allows us to do it, and it allows us to just have a stronger business that will last longer. We've lasted 10 years. That's a really long time for a digital creator. Most don't do it that long. So to continue, you have to innovate and change, and Second Try is letting us do that.
We're taking on more ambitious shows. If you have digital over here and traditional over here, I think we're kind of hovering somewhere in the middle. We're making things that, for my money, are as good as the things you can find on TV. But we have a really incredible team around us. Our production staff is second to none. Our editors are second to none. So it has made the ambition and the challenges all the more doable.
Yeah, I think the pride actually just comes from our staff and our company being able to do something like this. It takes an entire workflow change, a lot of key members of our staff to help us figure out how we even would do it, because we certainly had the idea. Doesn't mean we know how to execute that idea. We have an amazing team that helped us figure that out, and changing our entire production model to be able to do this required us actually to shoot content for YouTube and this at the same time. So we were shooting 4 videos a week, whereas normally we average about 2 videos a week. Yeah. So that just requires a whole lot more production, like pre-production thought. Like, how are we going to actually do all this? How are we going to navigate everyone's schedules to create twice as much content that we don't even release until halfway through the year, because we have to secretly make it to be able to launch this with stuff on it that's worth it to an audience member who's paying a monthly subscription to watch exclusive content. So I'd say the structure of the last year is what I'm the most proud of, is figuring out how to do it and do it well.
No, it's very respectful that the platform, when you launched it, you had so much on it already.
Yeah. No, look, if you're asking people to go from watching you for free with an ad before it on YouTube to now paying a subscription price, it's up to us to make it as no-brainer a decision as possible. So that required making tons of stuff we've never made before, making a lot of it, making sure that was available on launch, and then continuing to keep our foot on the gas.
And keep having good stuff out on YouTube, because we have to have good stuff that people want to watch to think that we will have other good stuff to watch somewhere else. Can't just have okay things. We had to sort of make sure everything was as good as we could make, which required a lot of deficit financing, which is a big risk, but it's been okay so far.
And now you look forward to the next couple months. It's not like, hey, we launched Second Try and we did it. No, this tour is part of that next phase. We're going to be having episodes from the tour go on Second Try. We're also going to have this, I think Atlanta is the plan, hopefully, if we shoot it well enough, that this first episode will be something that people get to watch the whole live special. Coming up in September, we have the Try Guys 10-year anniversary. We haven't announced what that is yet. I could give you the exclusive. Maybe I won't. We don't have a title yet. We had a meeting yesterday, and Keith was traveling. He was on a different flight, so maybe I'll pitch it to him before I pitch it to the world. So we have the Try Guys. We have the Try Guys 10-year special coming up in September. That is going to be a huge blowout event with tons of special guests. And then as we race to the end of the year, that's our biggest stuff. We have the return of Without a Recipe, which we're doing in a way we've never done before. Without a Recipe is this cooking competition show where you have a bunch of idiots who don't know how to cook guess. So I've never made a pie before. What do I think is in it? And as the show has evolved, we've made our creations, I'd say, all the more insane. Mm-hmm. But this year we're doing it elimination bracket style. So we have 8 competitors enter, and then there's a loser's bracket, a winner's bracket. Mm-hmm. At the end, one person will win. Then we'll have a live special for that. There's just we're trying to only hit home runs.
We've also expanded our cast, because we, a long time ago we were 4 people, and then it kind of whittled down to Zach and I, and being able to make the volume of content we made and make it well, and also represent better diverse perspectives.
And comedy.
We needed more than just us, so we added 11 more people to our cast, and that has been so great in so many ways. It obviously allows us to have other people to collaborate with, but it's also finding things that they're excellent at and helping lean them into shows that those people are better to lead with talent. So it's been great, and some of those people are in our Without a Recipe bracket. People are scattered across all of our show formats, and the hope is over the next couple of years we find very specific things that they sort of take more ownership of. So it's cool.
No, it's so amazing. Is there anything specific that you guys are like looking forward to? I know you mentioned a couple of things, but
I mean, I'm a live performer. I went to school for theater, and then I immediately started touring with an improv group right after college. So I've been performing in front of audiences for a long time, and it's the most fun for me to make shows. So for me, this tour is the thing I've looked forward to the most this year. It's also, we rarely get to see our fans' faces. We see numbers. We see like how many views something gets. And we could have a video that gets 1 million views, and that's obviously great. We love that. But I don't see those 1 million people. I don't really get that that's 1 million people. And then doing a show tonight where there will be like 650 people, that's like dumbfounding. Even though that's actually a fraction of the people who watch these videos, seeing them in person, getting the energy of that is very gratifying. And also I know it means a lot to them to see people in person. So it's just like really exciting.
and then this Eat the Menu is a live show, right? So where can they watch it? Where can we watch you? Plug.
Yeah,
Plug
so
away.
yeah, Second Try will have sort of the first access to our live shows of the Eat the Menu tour. So we're doing here, we have New York, we have Philly, DC, Boston, Los Angeles, and San Diego, our current tour. But we're going to look to do more in 2025. This was our first run of 7. I have a baby, so I'm trying not to spend weeks out at a time on tour. So we're sort of doing a little weekend.
I'm the baby.
He's the baby. And then eventually they'll go on YouTube as well. So people can watch it on the Try Guys YouTube channel. You can watch it at secondtry.tv. Again, you can sign up and try it for free. Lots of great shows on there. Really, really fun stuff. We also have an after show for Eat the Menu because I'm normally in a delirious state. Now we have like a little 20-minute after show. And in the live show, we're actually going to take one audience member at random to join us after the show is over to go backstage to do one more like taste test. So there's so much, there's almost too much audience participation. There's a level of chaos that we're allowing the audience to throw into this show and just see how it goes. So, but tonight we'll see if that's a good idea or not. Because I have lots of things where like people said like, is that too much for them to do? It's like, yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
No, look, we are incredibly lucky. Our job is to have fun and to bring the audiences along on that fun. We're having the most fun we've ever had right now. We're making so many great shows, many different shows. A lot of digital creators, for better or for worse, tend to get pigeonholed into one format. So for us to be able to make so many different things, for our audience to be willing to come on that ride for us, we are incredibly grateful. What we're doing here is part of that. You know, the Eat the Menu tour is one expression of us getting to try a very specific thing with the audience's blessing. But over on Second Try, we're taking every swing that we can. We know that this is not a given, that this is a very privileged opportunity we have as creatives, and so we're trying to take advantage of it to the fullest extent and to make the audience proud.
I love it. And thank you guys again for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you for the breakfast bars and the tea.
Yeah.